Hi Capricorn, welcome to September. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month we have Venus moving into Virgo, which is favorable to your sign on the September 6th. Then we have a full moon in Pisces on September 10th, which is also favorable to your sign. Right after that, Mercury goes retrograde, and it's in Libra now, and it will retrograde back into Virgo, where it's strong. And then it'll go direct in October. And then we have a new moon in Libra on September 25th. But we'll get into that later. Let's see what the cards say for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know about relationships for the month of September? Love and romance, relationships. What's coming up? What is happening for Capricorn in love and romance for September 2022? What does Capricorn need to know? Okay, let's see what's going on for Capricorn. The Three of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Tower, the Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups. Awesome. And we have the Five of Wands as the card underneath the deck. Okay, so we have some mixed energies this month. Okay, so you're starting the month off with the Three of Cups. That's a card of parties, celebration, getting together with friends, being more social. So if you've been all work and no play, maybe in September you're going to be connecting with more people. You have the Five of Cups energy crossing this. So that could be, it has two meanings actually, the way I'm feeling it. The Five of Cups is dwelling on the past and past losses. So you could be thinking of a past relationship or something that may have ended, and you may be having some regrets about how it ended, or just missing the person, thinking back to the past. It's possible that you might have had a falling out with someone, and you're both kind of waiting for the other person to make the first move at contact. Because this could also be, if it's not you feeling a disappointment, it could be the other person. This is a card of regret. And so like something, there could be someone, and I feel like it could be the other person. I'm feeling that more than I mean, you may have some regrets, but I feel like it's more the other person. That they're regretting what happened. And it's possible that someone from the past may want to come back this month and reconnect with you and heal whatever went wrong, whatever happened. Because you have this Two of Swords energy in the past. And that's about trying to make a decision. You're on the fence about a relationship. Like, I don't know. Because you're trying to figure out what to keep and what to cut out of your life in terms of relationship and even friendships. So you could have, like with the Two of Swords, it's about, well, I have to make a decision, but I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to not decide. I'm just going to leave it. It's like a standoff. And you have the Five of Wands nearby, so that's like you might have been fighting with someone, or you just can't get on the same page with them. The Five of Wands energy is like petty conflict. It's not like a major, irreconcilable differences, or, we just can't stand each other. It's more like we're fighting over these little things. I don't know what to do about this. So you might have had like a spat. And you're like, I don't know, do I want to keep this, fighting, or do I want to move on? Or what do I want to do with this relationship? I don't know. So you're kind of waiting. This is like kind of waiting to see what the other person's going to do first. And the other person's doing the same thing. They're like, well, maybe she'll, he or she will connect with me first, because nobody wants to go out on a limb and be vulnerable. Nobody wants to go, yeah, I was wrong, or I'm missing you, or let's connect again. So this could be some pride involved, but I think both people are feeling the pain of the separation or the pain of the argument. And you have the Wheel of Fortune here in the recent past, so things are changing. I feel like you could be, in fact, you're going through some major changes when it comes to relationship and who you give your love to. And with the Three of Swords coming up, I feel that you're realizing I have to cut some things out of my life if I want, like, especially if you're for those of you who are in a relationship that's not really working, or you're not getting the love you need, you're not getting the respect you need, you may decide to cut those and it could be not just love, but even friendships, people in your life. Who's on Team Capricorn? And if they're not on your team, if you feel like the relationship is more trouble than it's worth, you might be cutting those things out, those people, because you're trying to remove whatever's toxic, whatever's not working from your life. You want to move into, you're trying to create, harmony and love and better relationships. And to do that, it may involve cutting some things out. You have the Four of Cups coming up in the future. And the Four of Cups is about feeling bored, feeling unappreciated. So some of you may feel like, yeah, I'm in this relationship, but I'm not getting what I deserve. I'm not getting what I need. I'm not feeling the love. So you may think, well, I wonder if I should check out what else is out there. But you're not quite ready to make a change yet. I feel like you're just contemplating your options. You're just thinking about it. Like, maybe instead of hanging on and struggling with this relationship, with this situation, maybe I need to just look at what else I can do. Where else can I, where can I offer my gifts where I'm going to be appreciated and valued? And that could be not just relationship, also career. So here you have a cup coming out of the cloud. Something's being offered to you, but you're not sure you want to accept it. So someone's offering you a cup of love this month, and you're on the fence about it. You have to make a decision. You got the Lovers here. You have the Tower also. So this is a card of major, like you're waking up. You've had a major awakening, major shift in your thinking, in the way you deal with people. So you're not going to put up with whatever you put up with in the past. So if something's not working, you're ready to cut it out. You're ready to make some major changes. The Tower is about breaking down and rebuilding. It's in your fear sector, so you may be afraid of the changes, but you know on some level that they need to be made, that you need to make some major changes in your life. I mean, I don't always see the Tower as a negative thing. I see it as necessary change. I see it as release from an oppressive situation. Like if you're on the wrong path and you're just, knocking your head against a brick wall and you're trying to solve something and it's just not working, the Tower can come along to say, hey, it's lighting a fire under your butt. You need to stop wasting your energy, focus on something else. So it's forcing your hand in a way. Like when you see the truth, it's also about seeing the truth in a situation. When you see the truth about something, you can't unsee it. So it's like if you have a relationship where you thought the person really cared about you, then you see behavior that shows otherwise, then you wake up and go, you know what? I've got to accept the truth. I can't stop making excuses for this person anymore. I've got to move on, or I've got to, change. Because you can't control what's going on out there. What people do, what people say, what people think, it's out of your domain. But you can control how you respond to what's happening in your world. And that's where your power lies. So the Tower wants to empower you. It doesn't want you to stay in a situation where you're suffering or things are not working. It wants you to either fix it or leave it. So here you have, in your environment, the Seven of Pentacles. This is about planting seeds and waiting to see where things are going to go. So it could be that if you're involved in a relationship, that person is waiting to see, maybe they're waiting for you to connect with them, I think, more than I think they're afraid to connect for some reason. But if you're not in a relationship, then you need to get out there and socialize, because the Three of Cups is about getting together. You have a lot of people around you that want to experience your friendship, your love, your joy, you know. So don't say no to any. If you get invitations this month to go to a party, get together with friends, say yes. Don't be a hermit. Don't say, oh no, I got all this work to do, I can't do it. You know, Capricorn is a workaholic. I know I have Capricorn rising. It's easy to get so caught up in work that you forget to play. You have to schedule downtime as much as you schedule work time, because you're not going to meet anyone. Like especially if you're not in a relationship, no one's going to come and ring your doorbell and say, here I am, I'm Prince Charming or Princess Charming. You know, I'm here to take you off in a Disney movie, you know, into the sunset. You have to get out and meet people. You have to do it. So if you're bored and you're feeling undervalued, get out there, take action. Don't waste your energy on someone or anything that's not giving you what you deserve. In your wish fulfillment, you have the Lovers. And the card ends with the Ten of Cups, which is the greatest love card. So love is possible. You have the potential to connect with someone that's really can be good for you. Someone that's going to make that can really change your life in a major way. So the energy I'm getting from the reading is, if you could reconnect with someone from the past and heal that whatever went wrong in the relationship if you broke up, and it could lead to a strong love, you know, the second time around. And if you're not in a relationship, and you can get out and socialize and realize if you've been wasting time trying to connect with someone and it's just not working, you know, how you sometimes have a crush on someone and you want to be with them but they're not doing anything. Get out and socialize. Be open to the new. Be open to change, because love is possible. A strong, deep connection is possible this month. So don't settle for less. I guess that's my message. Don't settle for less. Don't cling to the past. If something is not working and you can't fix it, it's time to cut your losses and move on. Don't be afraid of major change. And make time for love, and you'll have opportunities. So let's see what the angels have to say for Capricorn. What message do you need to hear from the angels? Positive outcome. Okay, that's good. At this very moment, you are sowing the seeds of your future through your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes. Whether through love, fear, or indifference, you are always creating something. So remember to keep those thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes positive, and you will create a positive outcome. So, you know, Capricorn has a tendency to be cynical at times. You know, we think, and I'm saying this as a Capricorn rising person, sometimes you tend to think, focus on the problems or the negative, because you don't want to be disappointed. It's like, well, if I expect the worst and then something good happens, I'll be surprised. But that's the wrong attitude to take. Focus on the best happening, best possible outcome. Focus on because we're in a period right now where our thoughts are very powerful, and whatever you think, you are creating. You're bringing it to you. So think positive. See yourself with a positive outcome. See yourself surrounded by love, and you will manifest that. Don't focus on the negative. And don't be afraid of the changes. If something gets taken away, it wasn't meant to be, and it's preventing you from finding your true joy and happiness. So release what's no longer serving you, and be open to true love, because it's possible. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the astrology. So you have a full moon in Pisces in your third house, and it's conjunct Neptune and opposing the sun in the ninth house. And at the same time, it's squaring Mars in the sixth. So there's a lot of you've been working hard with Mars in the sixth. You might be working on some kind of communication project, or something where you're reaching out to, beyond your area. Could be internet, website, social media, communication. Something you're completing something at this time. Could be a website, could be a social program. Something that involves communication. And it may even involve travel, where you're traveling, or connecting with people at a distance. And it's coming to completion. Which is a good thing, because it's actually going to lead to, even though Mars is kind of squaring it, it's just creating, like you're overworked. You've got a lot of irons in the fire. When Mars is in your 6th house, you're working a lot. It's, you're really, and there could be some tensions involved. Communication, miscommunication. But I don't see it as too major, because these houses are not angular, so they're not as stressful as the angular houses. Then you have Uranus in Taurus with the North Node in Taurus in your 5th house, which is creating a favorable aspect. The moon is favorable. It's sextile to Uranus. The sun is trine to Uranus in the North Node. And what's the 5th house? The 5th house is about fun, unexpected development, an opportunity to have fun, to connect with others, maybe children, do something that really brings you joy. The 5th house is a house of joy, pleasure. It's sex in like a recreational, like just having fun. It can be creative self-expression, like getting involved with a creative group or doing some creative projects. So whatever the work you're doing, you can really shine creatively. If you have a message to say, you could really come up with a unique way of delivering it. And Uranus also rules technology, so you could be working on something that involves technology, social media, website design, something with art, music, whatever. Anything creative. But it's also the house of romance. So, and with Uranus, it could be unexpected. So at this full moon, you can have an unexpected opportunity. Like as you're completing something, the full moon also brings clarity, like you can see what's going on. And especially the moon conjunct Neptune. If you're working on something that's creative, Neptune is giving you inspiration. You're coming up with beautiful designs, beautiful ideas, inspired thoughts. It's also very intuitive, so trust your gut around this full moon. If your gut is telling you something, follow that feeling. The only time Neptune is a little bit problematic, if it could represent confusion or so make sure, especially in the 3rd house, make sure that people are understanding you, that you're communicating clearly, that you get all the facts, because someone may say, oh, I want this, and you misinterpret it, and then there's a miscommunication. Especially now, because Mercury's going to go retrograde right around this full moon. So you want to make sure that your communication is extremely clear, that you're reading the fine print, that especially if you have to sign a contract. Mercury right now is in your 10th house in Libra, so it's really good for communication. And in Libra, you're getting along. It could be even a contract that comes up, or some kind of job offer that involves communication. But it's going to retrograde back into your 9th house, so you may have to go back and redo something that you had done already. Mercury retrograde is nothing to be feared. It actually gives us a time to slow down and recalculate, re-strategize. Think about, like, to take an assessment. Okay, where have I been? And where can I go back and make things, fix things so that make them better, make them stronger? And especially if it comes to communication. So it's your career, your 10th house, your 9th house of communication, education. Maybe you want to pick up some new skills. If anything has to do with like coding or web design or social media, communicating to a global audience. Because the 9th house is teaching, higher education, long distance travel. You may even think about travel when Mercury retrogrades. Like maybe I want to go visit, take a vacation and go to a foreign country. Or you could do all your research while Mercury is retrograde. Then when it goes direct, put your plans into action. So this moon is, Mercury is in Libra in your 10th house. It's opposing Jupiter in the 5th house. So Jupiter in your not in your 5th house, what am I saying? Jupiter in your 4th house. So you're busy at home too, Jupiter is making you feel like I want to fix up my house. I want to either buy a new house, a bigger house, or I want to fix my house up so it looks better. Maybe you want to paint and make it brighter. You want to do some repairs. Just be realistic about what you can do, because Jupiter sometimes gives you inflated expectations or ideas. Like, I think I could do all this, and then you don't have the energy to do it. So, or the money. So just be careful. And especially if you're contracting with people during the Mercury retrograde, I would kind of wait until it goes direct before you sign on the dotted line. Mercury is also trining Mars. So Mercury in your 10th, trining Mars in your 6th. That's great. Because you're really sharp. You're on the ball. You're really working hard. You have a lot of ambition. And when Mercury moves back into Virgo, it's in its home sign. It's in a sign that it rules. It's going to be strong. So save your writing projects for when Mercury goes back into Virgo. Because that right now you're in the negotiation mode. Mercury in Libra is good at making deals and creating win-win situations. When it goes back into Virgo, it's time to look at the details. It's good for writing, thinking clearly, checking everything and fixing whatever's not right, So save your detailed work when Mercury's in Virgo. Venus is squaring Mars, so you could be feeling like, it's a passionate kind of connection. It stirs up desire. So if you're connecting with someone romantically, they could be from a different culture, because Venus is in your 9th house. Someone who challenges your belief systems. Someone you could meet through if you're going for some training or educational program, you might meet them there. Or if you're traveling, you can meet someone who's like at a distance from you. Mars is in your 6th house. It's sextile Chiron, and in your 4th house. So you might even hear from people from the past, like siblings, relatives, and maybe there's some healing that needs to be done around in those relationships. Mars is also trining Saturn at this time. It's kind of a wide angle, but Saturn is trining Chiron, and Saturn's in your 2nd house of money. So if you have it's time for you to really get paid what you're worth, and to heal any kind of blockages around your self-esteem, what you're worth, what you're willing to accept. Don't settle for less, because Saturn's making you see the reality of your financial situation. Have I been accepting too little? Do I need to get paid more? What kind of work do I have to do to get more money coming in? You're willing to do the work, because Capricorn's always willing to do the work. So, and Uranus, let's see, where's Uranus in your chart? In the 5th house. So, Uranus in the 5th wants you to break free from the Saturn energy and to have fun and to try something different, unique. Uranus is in your 5th house. So don't think, you might have said, I would always love to do this creative project, but it doesn't bring in any money, So that's like, or maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I don't have that talent. So Saturn has been blocking you. Like you have to have more confidence in yourself and in your talent. Uranus wants to break you free, so you're having more fun, so you enjoy what you're doing. So you're sharing your vision and your creativity with the world. So this month, Saturn and Uranus are going to come close again. We've had them pretty close all year, in and out of a conjunction. This is the last pass where they're not exactly conjunct, but they're really like 1 degree away at the end of the month. And so it's your last chance to break free. So if you haven't done that yet, you might be doing that, especially with this new moon in Libra. So now you're having the new moon in Libra in your 10th house. That's great, because now we're angular. That's your house of career, your life direction. You have a chance to have a new beginning. So there could be a new job offer coming in where you're going to be doing work that you really love, because Libra is ruled by Venus. And Venus, before the moon moves into your 10th house, it's going to hit, because the new moon is at 2 degrees Libra. Mercury and Venus are at the end of Virgo. So the moon is going to hit Venus, then it's going to hit Mercury in your 9th house. It's going to trine Pluto, in your 1st house. So there could be some powerful things happening just before this new moon. And then when it hits the new moon, you have a chance for a new start. So you could be having conversations with people at a distance. Venus trine Pluto could bring like an intense romance with strong feelings. You're really like, because when you have Pluto in your first house, you are stepping into your power. You're showing people, because the first house is how we appear to the world. You're showing people who you are in a powerful way, that you can be in charge, that you can take command. And that could lead to a job offer or an opportunity for growth. Like I said, Mars is in the 6th, trining Saturn in your 2nd. So if you do get a new job, it could increase your earnings in some way. It may be a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it financially. And it will help you feel stronger within. Like, I'm stepping into my power. I'm ready to accept responsibility. I want to do something that I feel passionate about. And Saturn, it's coming to the end. It's at 19 degrees Aquarius. It's coming to the end of your 2nd house. In a couple of months, it's going to move into Pisces sometime next year. When Saturn leaves a house, it always deposits a gift. So if you're doing the work and you've been really working hard, you're going to get a reward. So this may come next year, but you're on the trajectory. So don't give up on your goal or your dreams, because I feel like that's coming. Let's see, what else? The main thing with this new moon is the Venus trine Pluto, the Mercury trine Pluto. Like, you're really your communication style is really powerful right now. So if you're doing anything that involves communication, anything that involves reaching a global market or getting the word out, now's the time to do it, because you have that gift. And especially when it comes to love, because Venus trine Pluto, the feelings are very intense. You can create a connection that's very powerful. The only thing you have to watch out for with Venus-Pluto contacts is power struggles, manipulation. So you don't want to abuse that power. You could be attracting someone very powerful, or you could be the power in someone else's life. You want to use your power wisely, and don't be a bully when it comes to relationships. Don't force yourself on other people like it's got to be my way and no other way. That happens sometimes with a Venus-Pluto thing, because the feelings are so intense, and Pluto's about power and how you utilize your power, and then Venus is about love and money. So you want to wield your power wisely, so that whatever you're doing benefits not only just you, but the other person or the other people involved. If you can do that, if you can work to make life better for everyone, then you will have the reward of this Pluto-Venus. It's very powerful. It can transform your life in some way. But don't be selfish with Pluto, because when you do selfish things with Pluto energy, you wind up destroying yourself. So as long as you have your goals are high and you're operating with integrity and you're caring about other people, this is a beautiful aspect, and you could really make a strong connection, both not only just in love, but also in business, because you have the Mercury there. Your thoughts are very powerful. No one's going to be able to match you when it comes to argument or debate. You're going to come up with words. You're going to slay your opponent, But I'm seeing positive things happening for you, especially in career, life path, around this new moon in Libra. So be ready for the new, and focus on the positive, and you can achieve the success and the love that you want this month. So that's my forecast, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, leave a comment, click on the subscribe button if you want to find out when I post videos. And if you'd like, this is a general reading, so if you'd like a private reading where we focus on your specific situation, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you scheduled for a reading. In the meantime, thank you everyone for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments, your likes, your subscribes. I enjoy reading everyone's comments, so keep them coming. And have a wonderful September, Capricorn, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.